Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fetch Quest podcast, where we talk about video games and more. And today we have a very special episode where we, that being Guy,
Hi.
Liam,
Hello.
and Brewer,
Woohoo!
the three or four of us are all going to essentially try and predict what we think this year's Game of the Year nominees are going to be. Quick explanation: this is not what we personally want for the categories, because trust me, if it was, Liam and Guy would do nothing but pick Expedition 33.
Damn straight, baby.
And this is more of just what we think the people that actually come up with the nominations will do, and we're gonna just try and quickly go through this, and we'll give brief explanations of why we think X game is deserving or would be picked for that category.
I think this is a fun thought experiment because we're not thinking through the idea of why we would think they would be nominated for said category. It's we're thinking through the corporate idea of why this should be here, or what's their justification for this being here. And the thing is, if you were to do this based off something that would be, I don't know, it's hard to explain. There's gonna be some weird ones in here, but we'll give our justifications and as to why we think that way and why they would potentially pick stuff like that.
Well,
It's gonna be discipline.
I think the thing is they're kind of predictable in some ways. You'll have some obvious predictions, but then they'll just do some shit out of left field. Like last year, having a DLC for Game of the Year was Shadow of the Erdtree. Well, I guess maybe it wasn't too out of left field because they foreshadowed it on Twitter. But then also the year before, they put a non-indie game in best indie.
Yeah, no, stuff like that. So we really tried to get in the mindset of corporate people, which was very dangerous.
Keighley, whatever it's
the mind of Geoff
Keighley.
the mind of Geoff Keighley. And so of course we all built our Kojima shrines. And yeah, so we're gonna be just going through and seeing how this goes. And who knows, we could be completely wrong.
Exactly.
Also,
should we start with the
I was going to say one last note before we start. We are really only mainly talking about actual game related stuff, so best content creator, best esports. We're not going to really touch that.
We are not knowledgeable on that, yeah, so this is solely game picks.
Yeah. And so
Right.
I think it's just, start off with Game of the Year.
Okay. I'm gonna say, can I say the six and then I'll let you guys explain?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So for our prediction as to what exactly is going to be nominated for Game of the Year, 2025 has been a very, very stacked year for gaming in total. There are 10 games that I can think off the top of my head that could be in this nomination slot, but we were thinking what exactly would be here, so we came down to Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Hollow Knight Silksong, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, and Death Stranding 2. Which, honestly, if these were the nominees, I wouldn't even be that mad, but there's also other games like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Split Fiction, which unfortunately we had to leave off here just because the limit is 6.
Yeah, and of course we could always swap around stuff, but I think the reasoning for a good chunk of these is due to just how well received they were, because for this year, E33, Silksong, Bonanza, Hades 2, and Death Stranding 2 were all some of the highest rated games to come out this year, and everyone can sort of agree that they're just insanely good.
Well,
I think Hades 2,
along with their quality, the general motion they had behind them as well.
Yeah.
Expedition 33, the huge following gets gathered.
Silksong,
and Hades 2 finally releasing.
Well, also Silksong literally broke every single online shop when it released.
Yes, Steam was down, eShop was bugging, PlayStation Store was down.
Death Stranding 2 is here, it's a good game, but also Kojima. So Geoff Keighley is definitely gonna nominate
Yeah,
Death
he
Stranding 2
loves
for some of these.
Kojima.
And Ghost of Yote mainly is here just because like Ghost of Tsushima was nominated and everything seems to be better. It essentially seems like a better Ghost of Tsushima, so would not be surprised if Ghost of Yote also shows up.
Obligatory story-driven Sony game needs to be put on here. Just saying.
Yeah. And now, unless Brewer or Liam, you guys want to say anything else about this, then I think we can move on to game direction.
Yeah,
The
I'm good.
only one, like, there's two of them that I feel like they may not put in there and like swap them out with some other ones. It's like just Bonanza and Ghost of Yoto.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see them switching it out for like Blueprints and Split Fiction or something like that.
Yeah, besides
Yeah,
that,
I mean, like I said, there are just a lot of great games that came out this year that could be justifiably in this position. It's just that, like, it's just hard to know exactly what they're going to pick and why.
Yeah, exactly. But now if we're moving on to game direction, which, let's be honest, most of the time this category is essentially just Game of the Year, but -1. We've got Death Stranding 2, Bonanza, Hades 2, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, and Hollow Knight Silk Song. So, really the same.
It's weird with the direction spot because, like, typically these are like the Game of the Year nominees that are being picked, and most of the time the winners of best game direction are the ones who win Game of the Year. So it is kind of like, I wish that I wish it was a little more direct on what they mean by game direction. Like, obviously, like, I know what they mean by it. It's like, how well did they execute upon their ideas that they like set for themselves, yada yada. But it's also just like, it's so similar to Game of the Year that like you can kind of just like match them and be fine. I don't know. This has always been a weird category for me.
Yeah, because I feel like it should also feature just like how well the team was directed throughout the like entire process. Because there's been a shit ton of games in that category that like they had like a horrible, like abhorrent crunch for their workers and shit. It's like, yeah, best direction. We definitely weren't running a sweatshop while developing this.
Yeah, that reminds.
If you were having to whip your employees to get shit done within a crunch period, then yeah, maybe you shouldn't win best direction.
Yeah.
Didn't The Last of Us 2 get best direction in 2020?
Yeah, no, I think it did.
Yes.
I think it did.
Well, it won a
Dude,
lot of
that's
stuff
insane.
too.
Well, I mean, it does.
That is true.
Like we said, usually the one that wins Game of the Year also wins Best Direction, and what do you know? Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah. All right, but I
That's
think we
so
can
dumb.
just go ahead and I think we can go ahead and move on to narrative, which is where we'll finally see some actual
Variety.
more diversity. Yeah, diversity or variety.
Rip this DEI out of my video games! Hurrah!
Yeah. I can read them off again if you guys don't mind.
Or sure, if you want to.
All right. So for narrative, we've got Death Stranding 2, Dispatch, Split Fiction, Silent Hill F, and then E33. Which
Okay, so yeah,
I was gonna say, I think we should focus on the new ones that have been added here, like Dispatch, Silent Hill F, Split Fiction, which I
Oh, yeah, of
unfortunately
course.
have not played. I have not played any of these, so I can't really speak on this.
I thought you played through Expedition 33.
Well, I meant the three
I think
new
it like
ones.
the
I have,
ones.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
I have played through E33 though.
Okay, gotcha. So with our picks for narrative, I know that Death Stranding 2 has been receiving glowing reviews. It's Kojima, so that means that Geoff Keighley's gonna be like, oh yeah, that narrative it's so good. Oh my god. We're putting Dispatch here because Dispatch, though it is new, I do feel like it is making enough waves on the internet of people saying that the story is very good to be up here. Split Fiction is very narrative driven, to which, yeah, that just makes sense. Put it up there. People loved it for its narrative and for its gameplay, so yeah, let's put it on here.
It was a very, very good story. As the only person here who played it, I absolutely love this story. It's not even close to my favorite this year, but that just goes to show how many good narratives there were. Where I still think the narrative of that game was absolutely incredible, but like I just think the other ones are stronger.
With that being said, maybe you can also talk to us about Silent Hill F. Ooh.
Honestly, if Expedition 33 did not exist, Silent Hill F would be like a shoe-in for the story, because Silent Hill has always been like very story driven, but like besides 2, most Silent Hill games historically have been more about like have been less character focused and more just on like the supernatural horror, minus 2 is, and that's usually why 2 is received the best, is because it was a story different game. And F is very, very character driven. Like the characters are the entire reason you should really be like, they're the main thing to get invested in, because they're all super engaging characters. And the overall story's great too, but I just think the character writing is like amazing.
Yeah,
And I think that people at whoever make the game awards, the board will agree. It's also
Yeah.
Konami.
yeah,
I
and
want
you
to
know,
something really quick with like Dispatch. I do think it would be really funny, and I very much doubt this will happen. Like 0.1% chance it happens, but like gets nominated, and then they release the last chapters after, and it's like garbage. Like the ending is garbage.
It'd be so funny.
The last chapter.
Oh my God.
Like I don't see it happening, because from the general quality I've seen of the game, I doubt they would throw that hard. But imagine the timeline where they announce it, and because it's one of the few games to be released periodically like this, and they see it through at the end.
Dude,
that would be-
insane.
I would hate it so
would be
much because
pretty
I'm
funny.
really loving the game so far.
yeah, nice. And I think, you know, E33, don't really have to talk about that too much, because like if you've even heard of the game, you've heard of how great the story and characters are.
I haven't heard of the game.
Oh, Liam, you haven't heard of the game? That's crazy.
No, I've never heard of it.
I've actually
Oh,
heard
man.
it called Expo Mid Shit 30p.
True.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will
Yeah,
say
but,
with E33 though, we won't have much to say on it, because like it speaks for itself in a lot of these categories, except 2 of the categories, which will be kind of funny to debate about in a little bit.
I am looking forward to that. But now we're on
I'm looking forward to that as well.
Now we're on the art direction, where we have Silksong, E33 again, Death Stranding 2 again, Hades 2, and Blueprints. And I think a lot of these kind of speak for themselves. Silksong is absolutely gorgeous of a game, with like the
It's hand drawn.
background.
Everything's hand drawn. It looks amazing. Like
I
holy
know.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's absolutely beautiful. The character designs, the backgrounds especially, with a lot of the sequences, it's just gorgeous. And I definitely think they will nominate that. E33 makes great use of the engine it's using, which I think it uses Unreal 5, right?
It does.
Yeah.
Use
It is the
Unreal
only good game on Unreal 5. Fight me on it.
Yeah. And it uses that engine beautifully. Like there were just so many areas where I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful. Like I think the second area that's like all underwater and stuff like that, that was beautiful. Some of the
You have,
ending
like, the-
areas. Yeah,
All the ending
you
areas
got-
look amazing. The lighting's very good.
Yeah,
Even the camp looks beautiful for like something so simple. It's like, dude, they put like a lot of work in to make sure it looks visually appealing, especially with the view you have of the painters. Oh my god.
Yeah.
yeah.
There is something funny I want to debate real quick, guy. Because you
What's
did
up?
just mention it's the only good Unreal 5 game and fights you on it, right?
Okay.
You would have to say, if we're going by this argument, that Fortnite is a bad Unreal Engine 5 game.
Bro, you're just trying to spite me so bad. Oh my god. You want
Yeah,
me to
because
call
you
Fortnite
got caught. You
bad
got caught into
so
something
bad.
that you don't believe in.
Yeah,
He just called you out for being wrong.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you love Fortnite, which like
Damn straight I love
no hate on
Fortnite.
that. But
And here's the difference. It was originally on Unreal 4, so yeah.
but now it's on Unreal 5.
But yeah, now it's at Unreal 5.
So it's different.
Nope.
Trust. Yep.
Guy is just wrong. I feel like that's the
Guy
best.
Tom.
Not true.
well,
Not true.
I mean, I think we've very much established in multiple videos that guy is just always wrong.
True.
Not true.
True.
To go more into these quickly, like Hades 2, as someone who has played it a lot, it is so beautiful. Like the use of the lighting, how they like the different environments look. My personal favorite being Erebus. I love how the like moonlight lights the entire area. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, the first Hades was like a really pretty looking game in general.
Oh yeah,
So I expected them to like step it up with Hades too.
yeah. And then Liam, do you want to talk about Blueprints? Because I think you're the only one who's played it
Yes.
here.
I'm the only person that has played it here, and Blueprints this year has the most unique art style. It's got very lovely looking cell shading. It all looks very cohesive in terms of like how the art all fits together. Of everything does look like a blueprint. Like the blue color scheme is very cool because the entire game is about color. It's called Blueprints, and I just think that they did a fantastic job. I think the board will think the same thing of like they are very cohesive in their direction of like where they wanted to go with using the art to tell the story, and I think they did a fantastic job about it.
What if it was called Green Prince instead?
I wouldn't
Couldn't play it.
I wouldn't even be able to play it.
Well, I mean, I will say, as someone who's actually had to deal with real life blueprints a lot, most of them aren't blue. What if they could just call it white prints? Because most of them do just get printed on white paper, if I'm gonna be real. I have not seen a single actual blueprint in like any of my
You're
time
missing.
in like the
What if-
construction industry.
What if you're just like colorblind to blue?
No, I'm not like Liam. Well, I mean, I know he's not colorblind to blue. It's like red and green, but I can very confidently say I can see the color blue.
But how do you know it's blue?
Alright, then what color's the sky?
Blue, light blue.
Fuck, he's not colorblind.
Actually,
Damn
it's sky blue.
Oh wait, he's colorblind.
Ooh.
He's colorblind.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck, he's right.
Bro, you just got
Alright.
fucked up, man. I'm sorry.
Now on to
I guess my only way to
score.
fight Liam is to time to a chair and make him play Hades again.
No, you're gonna recreate the Hades thumbnail we had with Liam.
Yeah.
All right,
That
on
is
to
just
score.
design a game
Oh.
that specifically makes use of reds and greens only.
I can't wait for a critically acclaimed colorblind game to come out so we can all experience what it is to be Liam.
I think we will have to make a bit of a jump for this. Do we want to talk about accessibility real quick and then go back to?
You know what? It fits with the conversation, so sure.
Yeah, I feel like it's fitting the conversation because if we are talking about accessibility, I do remember I have a funny story for like Expedition 33 of like trying to use its colorblind mode. Just
That's really funny. Which,
for Liam.
yeah, we should
That's also
probably-
really funny because I didn't even use a colorblind mode for Expedition 33.
Yeah.
He-
Well, I
look
don't
at
know how
that,
much it would've
he's-
been
he's
for you,
growing
'cause
out
I
of it.
tried turning it on and like I genuinely could not tell the difference other than like some of the colors were less saturated in some of the versions.
But see, you're not colorblind, so you don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it really is helpful, but I couldn't really tell a
What's-
difference when I tried it.
Which kind of brings us into like our picks for accessibility, which I'm not gonna lie, we're kind of a little stuck on this one, hence why we only have 3. We've put Expedition 33, Fatal Fury at City of the Wolves, and Silent Hill F. So E33, we already know, has very good settings to make sure that it's playable for people. The QuickTime events can be done automatically if you want to set that as a setting. Colorblind features, multiple different features as well, yada yada. City of the Wolves, it's a new fighting. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves has a similar system to Street Fighter 6 actually, with its modern applications, where basically it's just a button remapping to make it easier for people or for new people. And I know they also have a new some like disability accessibility options in there. Probably not as big as or as good as Street Fighter Sixes, but I know they are pretty decent. And then Silent Hill F, we've put it here because from my understanding, they have some crazy settings in there.
So I would also like to. I meant to add this in earlier, but I would also like to add Hades 2 because it has a I've heard like online that's got some pretty good accessibility stuff
Did it
too.
actually change the problems Liam had with the first Hades? That would be crazy.
I'll
I
have
don't
to
know.
see.
What's the main color scheme of Hades 2?
Green.
Oh, I might still be screwed.
No, it's so funny. It targets literally just you. But I mean, I guess Christmas as a holiday also does that, since red and green is used for a lot.
Oh yeah, dude, I love Christmas. Yellow and yellow.
Yellow.
It's just it's instead of Christmas, it's Pissmas.
Oh
my God.
Everything's just yellow.
Is you.
I've done this to Liam before. I asked him like, what's the difference between these two images, and it's just the title covers for Persona 4 and Persona 5.
That's
That's really screwed up.
Imagine Persona 6 has like a green color scheme, and you ask him the same question.
That's what everybody's been saying is that it's gonna be green.
It's gonna be green, and it's just gonna be Persona 5, but again.
True.
All right.
Oh man, I do want to say with the accessibility thing though, I think this category is always weird to like predict for Game of the Year, because I feel like it's just whatever mainstream games decided to add in some accessibility features, but also they don't really review like how good those features were, because I still remember it was crazy. There was a game that released a couple of years ago that you could play completely blind, and that game didn't win over some other fucking game that just added basic subtitles as their accessibility feature.
Yeah, I
think it's
remember.
crazy.
Yeah, it's a very like iffy category for them. So
I feel
that's
like
why
they
we
just
were
have
a little
separate
stuck.
group to evaluate it, because we also aren't
Yeah.
really equipped to handle that category as well.
Yeah.
Listen, we have one colorblind guy, me, and that's it. That's
Well,
all I got.
actually, we have two. We have two now because Brewer's colorblind.
Oh, you're right.
It would be
Brewer
crazy though.
is
What
colorblind.
if they made a game that like had a blue and yellow color scheme? So like it actually wouldn't count for Liam anymore. We would need a different type of color blindness.
True.
I mean, a blue and yellow color scheme would be like the coolest thing ever to me.
It would actually be a pretty rad color scheme, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
Well, it's good because it would be a color
A
scheme
perfect
that I
world.
could see. That's why the best color scheme is black and white.
True. All right. So now we're gonna jump back and we're gonna talk about score in music, which we've got E33, Silk Song, Death Stranding 2, Doom: The Dark Ages, and Monster Hunter Wilds. And this is a very, I'll say like, this is one I'm very excited to talk about, given the recent Grammy news.
Oh
Which
yeah.
as
That
of
shit was
recording,
insane.
That is some of the Star Wars Outlaws.
yeah, no,
Why is Star Wars Outlaws, a game that didn't come out this year, winning over the game that is literally doing in-person concerts because so many people wanted to hear the music?
yep. And yeah, so that is definitely I'll say, for as much as I wanted to put Hades 2 on here, the only reason I didn't is mainly because, let's be real, Game Awards can do some funny shit.
I genuinely just think that, like, honestly, I'm more interested in seeing what what score is gonna win, almost equally as much as I'm excited to see what game is gonna win, because like
Oh, 100%.
I'm a very big music fan, and then video game music is like Expedition 33 is like top 3 at least video game soundtrack of all time for me. So like, I'm very interested to see what they will say. Like, this is either going to be a year of Expedition 33 sweep, or I'm just going to consistently be surprised.
Yeah, and me personally, I kind of don't want that. Not because I don't like E33, I love it. It's more of like I just want there to be more diversity and stuff like that when it comes to like what wins. Because I don't want another The Last of Us 2 situation, man.
Yeah, but here's the thing: Expedition 33.
Expedition 33 is good. Yep.
It's an indie game, Connor, so you should love it.
Yeah. But I think we should at least explain Monster Hunter Wilds and Doom of the Dark Ages for score and music.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Monster Hunter Wilds is something that like I don't even like I'm kind of like iffy on like this even being one of their nominees. The score is fantastic. The music phenomenal. The monsters and their individual themes are so incredibly well made with the orchestra that Capcom used for this game. However, I just am not too sure about it because music is not one of the strong. It's not. I'm not gonna say strong suit. It's not one of the main selling points of Monster Hunter. Hence why I'm a little iffy on it. And I'm gonna be real. I think Doom: The Dark Ages is going to get nominated because the music, from what I've heard, is still very good, but it's just not as good as Eternal. And I feel like the Game Awards just isn't going to care.
Well, obviously, getting Mick Gordon on your bad side and him not working with the franchise anymore definitely would have an effect on that.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're still going to nominate it because they're dumb. Like, I genuinely think that.
I do see them doing that. I do feel like I would really hope Donkey Kong Bonanza gets nominated on here because they have fantastic music, but...
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Man, I do see
Oh, dude, that's what I want. I want it so bad, but they're probably not going to do it because they're going to be like...
Wild.
What's up?
Well, I see it maybe being swapped out with Monster Hunter Wilds, but...
Yeah.
Well,
that's completely fair.
Yeah, it's up in the air though. Now on to audio design, which we've got. Surprise, surprise, we've got Death Stranding 2, which, if I'm correct, has been in every single category so far, except for accessibility, funnily enough. And then we've got.
We're trying to think of the mindset.
Exactly.
Geoff Keighley, yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like we are truly Geoff Keighley maxing right now.
Exactly.
And listen, he's gonna appear at the Game Awards, and he's gonna go on stage several times.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he will. Now we've got
to like just pull his pants down and suck him off because at this point, I feel like he kind of just wants to.
Yeah. Then we've got Silent Hill F, Doom: The Dark Ages again, Silksong, and Bonanza. The reason that we have Bonanza in here is that we think because it does have really good audio design. Like every time you like pull a rock or punch through a wall, like it's like all unique sounds and like. So I definitely think Bonanza could get nominated for audio design.
On top of all that, like all the tracks that play, like different instruments and stuff will get added depending on like what actions you're doing as well.
Yeah, it's great. Liam, would you like to elaborate on Silent Hill F? Since again, you're the one who played it.
Listen, Konami, they know how to make good audio design. It's a horror game, so audio is like one of the most important parts. And for this game, they went absolutely dummy crazy on like spatial audio and how like important it is. I mean, like you hear like the creak in one of the enemies looks like a scarecrow. You can like hear like wooden creaks passing you by if they start moving in the background. It's insanely detailed audio. Every single piece of audio is like very much, there's like care put into it to make it as horrifying as possible. So I think that's why it will get nominated.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Guy's been playing Silent Hill 2, so he knows how cool the audio design in that game is.
As someone who's been playing Silent Hill 2, as Liam so eloquently put it, Yeah, no. The game, they recommend you to play it with headphones, and holy shit, I am glad I am doing it because the audio of that game in particular is just been insane. I think it is incredibly well designed. I can hear when Pyramid Head, being the little fucker he is, even if he's not even loaded or I'm not supposed to even fight him at that point, I can hear him slashing his fucking blade around on the walls and shit. And it's scary. And I like it. So I'm assuming Silent Hill 2,
Nice.
not Silent Hill, Silent Hill F does something very similar to that.
It does it. I think it does it similar, and honestly, I think it's a bit more enhanced just because of like certain elements in the game that I won't talk about, but the setting helps with the audio, I'd say.
Hell yeah.
Did you say
Uh,
you enjoyed Silent Hill 2 though, guy, or you're enjoying it?
Oh, I'm loving it so far. It is great.
That is crazy.
I'm still like theorizing as to like what's going on, but yeah.
That is crazy.
That is
because
crazy.
It's another Unreal Engine 5 game.
Oh no, I
And-
never said it was a properly running game though.
it also is a game that has the letter 2 in it. And Guy hates games with the letter 2.
It is kind of
Damn
crazy
straight.
seeing how many sequels came out this year.
Yeah,
Death Stranding 2, Hades 2, Silk
Yeah.
Song, which is Hollow Knight 2.
Expedition 33. Yeah, no, there's a lot.
The
Wait,
33rd
yeah, Expedition-
game.
now we've gotten
Yeah,
very
no.
sidetracked, so we're gonna go into performance. So, Guy, would you want to read these off?
Yes, of course, of course. So, first things first, we have Ben Starr as Verso in Expedition 33. We have Jennifer English as Mael in Expedition 33. We have Norman Reedus as Death Stranding guy. I actually don't know his name.
Sam
but he's the
Porter
Death Stranding guy.
Bridges.
Importer Bridges, yes. We have Aaron Paul as Mr. Dispatch, and then we have Judy Alice Lee. Was she?
That's Melanoi's voice actor for Hades 2.
Oh yeah, in Hades 2, yes.
Yeah.
So basically, Ben Starr and Jennifer English, if they do not get nominated for this, I'm going to be very upset.
The only
Um,
thing I will say, I don't know if they've done it before. Have they nominated voice actors from the same game before?
Yeah, God of War Ragnarok.
They have.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I did
Ragnarok.
not know that.
Credits.
They did Sonny Soljack and Christopher
do
Judge.
think that there's definitely more possibilities. Will say they're strong, but I think that the main voice actors for Silent Hill F also has like a very good chance of being in here. I don't know who she'd
Yeah.
replace. Honestly, as I know Guy won't be happy about this, I think she might replace Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I will say, now
No,
we are
that's fair.
bringing up Dispatch. It would be really funny because there is a non-zero chance that Moist Critical gets nominated for Best Performance.
That'd be awesome.
That w-
But yeah, no,
He
the
just
reason why-
goes up on
the reason why I
stage
put- You
he
first.
goes up on stage and he's like, "You guys want these twinks?"
No, you know what he would
Just a
probably
little
do? Because he did this at a different award show. He would send one of his lookalikes up there to accept the award.
Oh my god, yeah. And then he'd make a
He
video
would.
being like, he'd be like, "The game of the year situation is crazy."
No, he would.
That'd be awesome.
I do want to talk about that with Dispatch. I do think Aaron Paul would actually be a pick for is a good case for a pick in this because even though I would like him to be nominated, I can also see him not being nominated. But the reason why I think we've put him here is because Dispatch has just been getting so much clout recently, and
Yeah.
the Telltale like game, I would assume you'd have good performances and also good acting. So hopefully your main character has great acting performances, and yes, it does because it's Aaron Paul, one of my favorite actors ever. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you first.
yeah, I can definitely see that happening, especially because it is a big name. I think Ben Starr and Jennifer English are also definitely like very high picks. I honestly think oh gosh, I can't remember his name. Now we were just talking about him earlier.
Ooh.
Who the person who plays Renoir.
Andy
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis, yes. I think Andy Serkis also could be nominated for this. Um, I personally would love to see Judy Ellis-Lee nominated because I think her performance as Millinois is it is really good. Like you like it's hard to, it is honestly hard to describe. Like I genuinely just think it's a great performance.
Yeah, there is a good chance that they do nominate her for performance. Like this one again is also kind of in the air just because like we did have a lot of good performances this year. Like I
Yeah.
see equal parts chance of Andy Serkis taking the spot of Julia Ellis-Lee, but also that'd be in our list. That'd be 3 Expedition 33 picks, which honestly would not surprise me.
Yeah. But now we move on to best ongoing game, which I don't think we really have to go over this one much because it's basically the same stuff every year. We've got Helldivers 2, Fortnite, Destiny, Final Fantasy 14, and Marvel Rivals, with the only ones being there that I think Marvel Rivals being there because it's just stayed pretty popular ever since its release, and Helldivers 2 is, I think it won didn't it win it last year as
I
well?
think so, yeah.
So I definitely think it has a good chance of being nominated again.
Yeah,
Especially
I
after
think it won best
the
multiplayer.
What's
Don't
the
quote me on that.
criteria for best ongoing game again?
I do
I
not
don't
know.
know actually.
Yeah,
It's
I don't know because
still getting like constant support and stuff.
Yeah. It's a very
Okay.
vague.
it is
Very
vague.
vague
I don't
list.
think. I think the only like criteria, if we're even going to call it that, is that it doesn't come out in the same year it's being nominated for.
Well,
Which
that's not true. That's not true because Helldivers 2 got nominated last year and it came out that year as well.
did it come out? Wait, hold on. Did it get nominated?
Yeah, here. Yeah, you look that up because
But
I'm
I think
that
in
that
was-
was
general, just best ongoing game, they have like the three big ones that they always nominate is like Fortnite, Destiny, and Final Fantasy 14.
yeah.
The other two are more up in the air, which I think kind of Helldivers 2 is kind of cemented itself as the game they're going to keep choosing now. But then
It
you have
did.
the last one, which is usually just the best ongoing game that came from this year.
Yeah, it's an insanely vague list, or like
It's not one I
Okay,
can
yeah, no,
you're right, 'cause I just looked it up. Yeah, Helldivers 2 was nominated last year. Holy shit! Yeah, I don't know what the
And
criteria.
I think
Be a multiplayer game.
I think Battlefield 6 is probably gonna get nominated.
that would
Oh, you're
that
right.
also would not that also could definitely happen. It could definitely replace like Marvel Rivals or something. The only reason I remember that is because I remember when Helldivers 2 won a lot. There were some people who were like mad about it because it did come out that year, so they didn't think it should be in the category. But it's whatever. Now we move on to community support, which once again, not really a lot to talk about here. We've got the Hoyoverse trio of Zenless Zone Zero, Genshin Impact, and Honkai Star Rails, and then Fortnite and Marvel Rivals, which
Y-
you know
Yeah,
I don't think we really have to go over this one super well. Like the Hoyo trio is almost always in here, and Fortnite's almost always in here, and Marvel Rivals, that fun curveball pick they might do.
Yeah.
There's only one thing of note I want to mention is like that little Hoyo trio and like a lot of those fucking gacha games. I think the like community, or what's it called, like the player's choice? Yeah, player's choice. A lot of times those awards have been spammed by people who play those gacha games because they think if it wins the
Yeah.
award, they'll get like extra gacha pulls or something.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
they
Well, they
Isn't
do.
that-
No, they do that.
They
That
get-
is just
they
real.
get
They will
free-
give
they
you
get-
5
they get
stars.
free
No,
stuff.
sometimes they
give you
do. Other
free
times they
stuff.
just do nothing though. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I think that happened one year where I think it was for Genshin when it like first came out or something, where they were like, "Hey, if you vote for us for Game of the Year stuff, we'll give you free stuff," and so it very obviously won that for that reason. But now onto the categories. There are two categories that we are very excited for, which is indie and debut indie. So for indie game, best indie, we've got Hades 2, Silk Song, Blueprints, E33, and Peak. And so I think the reason why Peak will be there is simply because it took the internet by storm when it first came
It's
out, and
still
it's still
popular.
getting. Yeah, it's still getting
Yeah.
up. It died down a tad bit, but only a tad. It's
They
still really
just got
popular.
an update for a new biome.
Yeah, and so it's gonna definitely rise up in a. It's gonna have a little research too. So I definitely think Peak will be on there. You know, we've already talked about the other four, but I think the funniest thing that we want to debate here is, will E33 actually be put in the indie category for the stupidest reasons?
Yeah, because
See, okay, here's the
in the
thing.
category, they a lot of times I feel like they don't know what they're talking about, especially like in 2023 when they nominated Dave the Diver, which wasn't an indie game. They kind of chose it just
Mhm.
based off like, oh, this has the vibe of an indie game. It's a small pixel art game. That's what an indie game is. And because
Yeah,
And see, here's
Expedition
the thing.
33 doesn't fit that norm, I feel like they wouldn't.
See, here's the thing. Because it isn't a pixelated video game, I don't think they're going to recognize it at first as an indie game. And yes, if you didn't know, Expedition 33 is an indie game. It was only developed by like 30 people, by a very small studio. It is small, very small.
And it's their
But here's
first
the thing.
game.
That's true.
Like, they are ex devs of like big companies, but that still doesn't not mean they're still an indie studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's only like the head directors too that are like ex developers from like Ubisoft and whatnot. But even then, it's like they weren't on like the biggest things. Like I know the director of the game was actually I kid you not, the head coordinator for the lore of a Ubisoft gotcha game.
Yeah. I mean, either way, I feel like getting your writer and like writer off of Reddit and main composer off of SoundCloud should qualify you as an indie game.
It's
Like,
100%
what?
indie
Yeah.
game.
That
That's crazy.
Lorian Toastard is from SoundCloud.
And he's now like making some of the biggest waves in like Spotify and YouTube music, like in the gaming scene at least. Like it's insane.
Yeah, because that soundtrack is insane.
Because it's so good. But yeah, no, like, and here's why we're afraid, because I know the four of us want it nominated because it is an indie game, but we just know that the Game Awards, they're inconsistent as fuck sometimes, which sucks. Because like, dude, this game needs to be nominated because it is an indie game. Like, not a lot of people made this. They literally were making this out of crumbs and scraps. But it's not a pixelated game. Ooh, it looks realistic. How can it be an indie game?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
It
mean, it's just weird. This is the
I
same committee that chose a DLC as one of their Game of the Year nominations, so like, kind of anything is up in the air.
yeah, I
That's
will
hella up in the
say
air.
I do partially hope that they learn their lesson from Dave the Diver and will actually like do their research and be like, oh, E33 is an expedite or is an indie game, so
The only
um
hope I have is that there's so much news about it being an indie game that like they just
yeah.
if they ignore it, they know they're just gonna be painted as like the stupidest people on earth.
I feel like that is the one saving thing for Expedition 33 is like it's made enough waves to where I feel like it's one of the games and nominees they'll actually do some more research on instead of like a quick glance. Because some of the nominations that they put in, like I'm happy to see, but there are times I feel like the people on the team did not know much about this. Like Xenoblade 3 when it was nominated for Game of the Year. For the trailer, for the stuff they put in for like the footage, they just took it off a random YouTuber. Which the way you can know that is they had a specific outfit on that you could only have if you were in New Game Plus, and not if they had like pulled it from like the actual trailers and stuff.
That's really funny.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, of course they would do something like that. Yeah, no, they're not the most well educated. I actually didn't know that. That's actually a little fun fact from Brewer. But yeah, no, I think we all want it to be in the indie nominations, but it's still kind of up in the air. But that kind of brings us into debut indie, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't know every single indie game that has come out this year, so I'm not sure what exactly can be a debut indie. But what we have so far, we have Repo, Blueprints, and Expedition 33
Yeah.
that we think are going to be nominated.
They're definitely. I mean, Peak. Or is debut like
No,
their first
Debut has to be
It's their first. It's their first.
game?
Peak. Yeah, first game. Peak is not applicable because
Yes,
these people
'cause-
made Agrocrat or made
Another
another
Crab's
Treasure.
Treasure,
it's
baby.
it's a duo of developers. There are some other ones. I don't know.
I think White Knuckle is a debut indie, if I'm to remember correctly.
Yeah,
I will
but I
say
don't know if
debut
that's
indie is
like
the
a-
one I feel like will probably get like the most wrong on, just because they always have a bunch of games you've never heard of, which I feel like is fair because like we're talking about debut indies, not just like the most popular ones.
Yeah.
Because that a lot of times they will have popular ones in there, but there's usually like at least 3 of them I've never heard of. But also for the better, because I'm glad those games get recognition.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, this one's kind of up in the air. We aren't exactly exact on the nominations for this. I would hope to God that Expedition 33 is in debut on this one, but we shall see.
Yeah.
Watch, they're gonna find a way to put fucking Death Stranding 2 in here.
and
True.
Best indie, Death Stranding 2.
Watch it. We're just gonna watch the Death Stranding 2 awards this year. That's all that's gonna happen.
And honestly, man, I'm all for it. It'd be so funny.
Best Expedition 33. Death Stranding 2.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, but that kind of brings us going away from the indie section. We're gonna be talking about best action games. Now, this one's also a little like up in the air on what exactly it means. I would say that action adventure and RPG, which are the categories that we're talking about next, are typically pretty broad, all things considered, and you can put them in multiple categories, but I feel like they just don't because they want to like have as many awards as possible, which is fine, but it's also just like it makes it kind of hard to predict what exactly they're going to put. But for what our predictions are, we have for best action game, Doom: The Dark Ages, Ghost of Yotei, Ninja Gaiden 4, Elden Ring Night Rain, and First Berserker Kazan.
Yeah, this is. I do wish it was a little more like, you know. I wish the categories weren't so vague because like we could have this completely wrong and they could like nominate an entire other bunch of games. But I think these are all great contenders. You know, I've heard great things about First Berserker Kazan, and I played the demo, and it was really fun. I just never got around to actually playing the full game. I've heard great things about Doom: The Dark Ages. Same with Ghost of Yotei. And you know, Guy and Brewer can actually go into Night Rain a bit, since they actually have played it.
Night Rain wouldn't be my first choice. That's the main thing I'll say.
It also wouldn't be my first choice, but I have to admit, the game is just getting better as time goes on, so I'm becoming much more lenient on it, and it's also just like it's just fun. Like I'll be honest, it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, but I do think they would nominate it just because like it is a very notable game, like obviously another Souls game, and like it has the Elden Ring name. Plus, it did actually do pretty well financially. On top of that,
It outsold Mario Kart World, which is really funny.
yeah. So
That
I
is
feel like there's a
hilarious.
good chance it gets nominated.
Well, because Mario Kart World costs $500.
True. Oh yeah, that's a big point. Yeah, but yeah, no, Night Rain. It's not the greatest. This will be talked about for like a future episode. It's not the greatest, however, I can see it on here. I'm not sure how much of a chance it's going to get on here, but I can see it on here. I can see Geoff Keighley being like, Elden Ring. That means it's on here. Ha 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 ha. Okay, to be fair
Yeah.
though, to be fair, in 2023 Game Awards, Armored Core 6 only got one nomination, which was best action game, and it won that. Which is really funny. I love the comparisons people made it with Spider-Man 2 because Spider-Man 2 got way more nominations than Armored Core 6 did, yet it won no awards, which is so funny.
They call it potential, man. 0 wins and nominations.
That'd be funny.
Oh my god. It's so funny. But yeah, no, this leads us into our action adventure section, which again, hella broad, but this is what we're thinking they're thinking. For action adventure, we have nominated, or we think they're going to nominate, Death Stranding 2, Split Fiction, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, Assassin's Creed Shadows, and the new Mafia game. Yeah, no, I'm gonna be real. I'm very expecting Assassin's Creed Shadows to be on here. Like,
Just
there's a
because
non-zero chance it's gonna be on here.
there's a like very high non-zero chance just because they're stupid.
I haven't
You know,
played
Death
it,
Stranding
but
2,
I haven't heard the best things about it. So
yeah, and Death Stranding 2 and Snake Eater, Kojima games. So you know,
well,
obvious.
Of course.
technically,
Snake, I know
it's-
Snake Eaters.
Technically, it's not, but it is. It is still his identity.
Yeah,
because-
I know.
To be
It's
honest,
just
Kojima
like,
games, it is Metal Gear, and like especially one of the more notable games in the series. I feel like they would nominate it just kind of based off
Oh,
of
yeah.
that.
I mean, they
Yeah.
have no qualms with nominating full-blown remakes.
I mean, they've done
Yeah.
it before, and like sometimes justified, sometimes not as much justified, but that's completely different topic. Yeah, no,
Listen,
I can see Snake Eater on here.
I loved RE4, but as a remake, it was not as crazy as RE2.
Oh, 100%. Like, don't get me wrong, RE4, phenomenal remake, ups the standard of what a remake should be, but it did not make as many changes, or I'm gonna be real, genre changes as 2 and 3 did. But yeah, no, that's different. Just had to say that. But yeah, no, action adventure is just kind of like, it's kind of up in the air and what exactly like that means and what exactly like they're going to include on that. When I think of action adventure, I think like you're going on like a journey or like you're exploring and like you're going to different locales. I mean, that seems to be a trend
Yeah.
that they pick with. So I'm going to assume with the games that we've picked that they're also thinking of something similar. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah, no, I
that
completely
leads,
agree.
yeah.
Now
no,
we
that
move
lead-
on to best RPG, which we've got Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Expedition 33, the Oblivion remaster, Monster Hunter Wilds, and Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so
So-
real. I do think Oblivion Remaster is gonna be on here. Like 90% sure it's gonna be on here.
I forgot
Yeah.
it came out this year.
Yeah, it did shadow drop, so that's fair.
And it also came out around at almost the same time as Expedition 33.
Which is so funny. No, I legit think it's just gonna happen. Like, it's not. It's kind of like blurs the line between like remaster and remake, but like, oh my god, it's Elder Scrolls. That's a popular series. Oh, it has RPG mechanics. Let's put it on.
Which, to be fair, it's definitely one of the better remasters out there. So I definitely think that it can be it'll be nominated. They've nominated Monster Hunter games before, so Monster Hunter Wilds definitely has a chance. They've
It
nominated
also just
Outer
has hella
Worlds.
RPG mechanics. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, you first.
I think we're probably also gonna get a Monster Hunter DLC trailer.
That'd be hype.
Oh, that'd
Yeah,
be
I
so
can
nice.
see that.
I think
But
that's gonna be
Outer-
Halo Wars.
They've nominated Outer Worlds 1, and I've heard that game's kind of mid. So I would not be surprised if
And 2 is
they nominate
apparently
out.
better. So if
Yeah,
it's
2 is better, and it does, from brief gameplay I've seen, it does have some RPG-like mechanics, so I can definitely see that. I have no idea about Kingdom Come Deliverance. I haven't seen any gameplay of it at all.
But everyone that's played it, that I've talked to that's played it says it's like absolutely incredible.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's crazy because like you hear absolutely nothing about the game until like the cult of people that have played it start talking about it, and they talk about it like it's the second coming of Christ. I'm like, how have I never heard about this before? Or like even the first Kingdom Come Deliverance.
I've heard about both of them. Like I hear about them constantly. I just think it's like it's a more niche. It's a very dedicated fan base. It's not like a Ghost of Yotei, which has like an established fan base of like both the studio and the franchise now.
The only thing like
Yeah.
the first mention I've ever like heard of it this year like just hearing about the series in general, was some idiot complaining on Twitter about like I think some of the gay options in the game.
There is
Of course.
one
There's
side
no
quest.
way.
There is one side quest which has a gay character, and that gay character, you have to go out of your way to do. They have like 2 lines, and then you're done. And people are still upset about it because it's the Middle Ages, and apparently gay people didn't exist in the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Remember, gay people only
existed in Greece.
Gay people only. Yeah, gay people only. They existed in Greece, and then they
Listen,
went away.
Kratos
And then they
was
only
laying
existed
pipe
later.
to those Spartan men. That's all I'm saying.
That is true.
I will say that conversation is kind of funny because that reminds me of like a history teacher I had in high school, who they were talking about a bunch of different people in like American history, and they were like, yeah, so on the front they always said these two were just really good roommates. Also, they lived with each other up until they died at like 80.
That's
yeah,
funny.
they were really good roommates and friends.
Alexander the Great moment.
But now we're moving on to best fighting game, which I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea about any of these. So I'm gonna let Guy
I'm
and
gonna be
Liam.
I'm gonna be very upset if 2xKO wins, but I know it's going to.
It's a League of Legends game, bro. It's probably gonna win.
I
It's
honestly,
gonna win.
yeah,
But out of, like,
I don't
out
like
of
all these
these-
nominations, but I
Out of
see it
these
happening.
nominations, for
City
best
of the
fighting game,
Wolves.
City of the Wolves, SNK Collection, Hunter x Hunter, Nen Impact, 2xKO, and Mortal Kombat Legacy. Only 3 of these are technically new games. Hunter x Hunter didn't last very long. It probably has like a cult following, but 2xK, it's basically between City of the Wolves and 2xKO. One of them seems like a really good game, and the other one is 2xKO. But
So yeah,
it is a like Terry and like King of Fighters has entered the public consciousness. Honestly, ever since Smash Bros, like they've had a resurgence. So like I do think there's hope for City of Wolves, but I do think 2xKO is gonna win. Actually, not anymore because 2xKO is barely like a full game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we will say that though, but at the same time, I do remember the King of Fighters game. That one got beat by Multiversus, which is defunct now.
Didn't it get beaten by the Multiversus beta?
Yeah, no, I think it was the beta too, which made it even worse. Like, just really
I
twist the knife in the wound.
I don't want them to win, but there is a chance that they win, and I would be quite remiss if they do. I would not be happy.
yeah.
I just want City of the Wolves to win for
Like
this one.
it's a genuinely like cool looking game. I've seen a lot of gameplay for it. It like deserves praise, and like if
Isn't Chun-Li in it?
Chun-Li did just get
And
added.
Ken.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I wanted
no-
to win because Chun-Li looks thick as fuck.
it's kind of funny. Someone mentioned that like the reason they probably did Ken and Chun-Li, not Ryu and Chun-Li, is so they could recreate Evo Moment 37, because that's the first thing they posted when they added Chun-Li in.
That's
I-
really funny.
It's also that the design of Ken and Chun-Li is more different than the Ryu design, so that's why they wanted to like their Street Fighter is really trying to like project the SF6 designs into people's minds right now.
Yeah.
I will say it is really cool what they're doing, especially because like the season 1 pass for Fatal Fury, like it's free as well, so
That is pretty hype.
free
Yeah,
Ken
and then
and Chun-Li.
2xKO, every character is gonna cost money, and you're gonna have to spend like 10 hours unlocking them.
And worst of all, you're unlocking
Awesome.
League of Legend characters.
Yeah.
Jesus God.
Listen, the only characters I would play are the
Jinx.
characters from Arcane. and
Yeah, I was
even
just about to
then-
say it's just Arcane. It's Jinx.
and
It's
even
Arcane,
then-
the fighting game.
Any
and even
Arcane
then,
characters.
I don't want to play the game.
Yeah, me neither.
Don't want to
But
be
now
tempted.
let's move on to something that's a little bit better. The family category, aka the Nintendo plus one other category.
Nintendo plus one
Woo.
third party.
Yeah, so we've got for these we've got DK Bonanza, Pokemon Legends ZA, Mario Kart World, Tears of the Kingdom, or Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, and then Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, which, yeah, I think these are like
Yeah.
a good choice. Like they
Hatsune
always
Miku.
choose true Hatsune Miku. Like they always just go with like whatever Nintendo really released that like the year of. Even if it's not really a family game, like, because I'll be honest, Echoes of Wisdom, which got nominated last year, was not a family game, but because it's Nintendo, it still got nominated anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Age of Imprisonment
I will say this.
is not going to be is not a. It's literally a game where all you do is fight.
I will be real. Age of Imprisonment,
Yeah.
I feel like we can swap it out with a different Nintendo game. I feel like there's something that they released earlier this year that we're just forgetting about.
Probably. Nintendo Switch Welcome Tour.
Yes,
I didn't
sir.
get that.
I will say
Yeah,
this. You first.
I was gonna say, it could be hit or miss. Who knows? Maybe they'll actually do two non-Nintendo games this year instead of just one. So there could be many different things. Oh wait, you know what they
knows?
actually might do? They might do that Lego Party game that came out, because I've heard good
they
things.
might.
I've heard good things about that game, so they actually might do that.
Did the Skywalker sagas, like, did that one get
That
nominated for family? I think it did.
Might have.
Yeah, so I mean, Lego games are also in that category of would always get nominated under the family category.
All right, then I know it's gonna get nominated next year, and I'm so hyped for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what we'll see, because, like, Astrobot did actually end up winning that category last year, so...
Yeah. All right. Do we want to move on to sim and strategy games now?
Yes. Yes, we should.
All right. Guy, do you want
I
to
don't
read these
think-
off?
Yeah. No. Fair warning. I don't think any of us have played these games, which is really funny. But we're still gonna.
I don't think that's like a genre either. Any of us are like super invested in.
The only one that
Yeah.
like I can really say anything about, and this is just because of a different game in the series, is like we nominated like the new Rune Factory, like the sim and strategy, but like and that.
Look,
I feel like
we're
that
just
one
putting it
also-
on there just to put it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have
So we've got
Frostpunk 2, 2 Point Museum, Power Wash Simulator 2, Civilization 7, and the new Rune Factory game.
Rune
Yeah.
Factory Guardians of Ozma.
I definitely think out of all of these, the ones that are most likely to get put actually like nominated is definitely Power Wash Sim and Civ 7. Because
Civ
You know.
7.
of course, Power Wash Simulator, I think, or Power Wash Simulator 2, I think literally got their first trailer at the Game Awards last year. If I'm not mistaken. And it's also just like a very big game, so I definitely think that it'll be nominated. And then Civilization 7 is a very big game too, so I could definitely see those two being added.
I've heard Civ 7 is a little more mixed compared to Civ 6. Like, people loved Civ 6.
Yeah.
I've heard like much more mixed things on 7, so I'm not sure if it's going to win. But I do know that Power Wash Simulator is just Civ 7. But I do know that Power Wash Simulator 2 has been liked so far.
We should probably move on before we make any more Civ 7 jokes.
True.
All right, next we've got sports and racing.
I'm so well
I'm
versed
gonna
in
be
this
honest,
genre.
Yeah, we are very well versed in this genre. We've got MLB The Show. I can't remember the full title. WWE.
2025.
Yep, thank you, Liam. WWE 2K25, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, Mario Kart World, and Madden 26.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, with this category, it's always going to be like either the next big racing game and just a handful of like sports games. And really, the only thing I think could shake it up this year is if they actually do put Sonic Racing Cross Worlds or Mario Kart World in there, since they are racing games.
I mean, they've done it before for other kart racers before. Like,
Yeah.
they will go on that technicality, and I also feel like just to like spice it up a little bit with the categories, which like fair enough, they are racing games.
Yeah, so I think that could be very good. That could be a healthy diversity. And now we've got multiplayer, which is a little diversified here. We've got Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Marvel Rivals, Borderlands 4, and Monster Hunter Wilds. We only
Arc
put
Raiders needs to win all of this.
No, I do not
Don't
want
let
Arc
that
Raiders to win.
Expedition game win.
Don't let that Arc Raiders game win. Single player games are the minority. We are the minority. If we band together, we can make sure that Arc Raiders doesn't win.
But I want Arc
Okay.
Raiders to win because Shroud told me to want it to win.
Well, that is true. We all know that Shroud has
Yeah.
very good opinions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That-
Honestly,
that
this
shit
one's
was
a bit of
funny.
this one's a bit of a toss-up. I can see really they could nominate like anything really here, and I think the most likely ones that are definitely like Battlefield 6 and Marvel Rivals, because like I think those will definitely get picked, but who knows?
Kind of just
No,
like
I
what's
100
the
think-
mainstream casual multiplayer game.
Yeah,
That also probably has a gun in it.
true.
True. Yeah, like Marvel Rivals, it's popular. Battlefield 6, it's popular. We're putting Wilds on here. I know that because Monster Hunter World actually got nominated for Best Multiplayer back in 2018. So I'm interested to see if they will keep that tradition or if they're going to replace it with something else.
If it gets nominated,
yeah, no,
it probably won't win, but who knows?
I would want it to win because Monster
Oh, I would too.
Co-op, the cooperative nature of Monster Hunter Wilds is unmatched.
When it actually works.
True.
All right, and now on to our final category.
This is the only thing
Adaptation.
that's technically not video games, but we
Well,
wanted to
it's
talk about it anyways.
it's very related, which is adaptations. So this is a this is a very mixed bag. We've got Last of Us Season 2, Minecraft movie, The Devil May Cry anime, Twisted Metal Season 2, and then Sonic 3 the movie. I'm gonna be honest, it's rough out here, man. Because I've heard,
Like, yeah.
The
One
Devil
of
May
these things
Cry-
sounds awesome.
Devil May Cry anime, I've heard absolutely terrible things about.
I am the storm.
The Minecraft movie is the Minecraft movie. I haven't heard really anything about Twisted Metal Season 2, and I heard that Last of Us Season 2 was poorly received. So
I
if
did
this-
not like
I did
The
not jive
Last
with
of
it.
Us Season 2.
No, Last of Us Season 2 was such a, like, I was so sad about it because, like, there is good stuff in that season, like, very good stuff. But the problem is that they just kind of throw it away to, like, tell a very mixed, like, in quality narrative, and they're also just stretching it out because, I don't know if you guys know the structure of Last of Us 2. There are two protagonists in it. You play one half of the game as Ellie, and then the other half as Abby. And here's the thing. Season 2 is Ellie's side, Season 3 is Abby's side. Whoa!
And then
that
we'll
sounds
probably get a
very.
Season 4 where like it all finishes.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
they're talking about doing a Season 4, which, like, there's just not enough content in the game to do that, so they are stretching shit out.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
like
no,
a
like-
pain.
Yeah, no, there are just a lot of changes from the game that, like, do not add. Like, if you're gonna make a change, especially to, like, a show, you'd usually want the changes to, like, be justified or, like, congruent with, like, what the adaptation is trying to do. They just don't.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a toss up. Again, like
But it's popular, but so they're gonna nominate it.
yeah, it's popular,
And
so they're
also,
definitely
they
gonna
don't
nominate
have
it.
that many. They don't have that many options.
Yeah, I was like the only other option I can think of off the top of my head is the Until Dawn movie, and I heard that was like awful.
I hope Sonic 3 wins. That was the only.
I
good
also-
one I heard.
But I will say, Guy dragged us to see both Sonic 3 and Minecraft movie, and I will
I
say
did not
one of those.
Tell you this. I did not drag you to go see Minecraft movie.
Yes, you did.
I have also seen both of those movies, and one of them is really
Is much
really
better.
cool, and the other one
And
is
Is the
yeah, I'm gonna
Minecraft
be honest.
movie.
It's the Minecraft movie. Like, I'm gonna be entirely honest. Like, I do think it is gonna be nominated, but if it is nominated, please Minecraft movie win. Like, I'm gonna be real. That and Sonic 3 are like the best things that I am seeing here, or at least like review wise. Because holy shit.
It's kind of
But
crazy.
also, they're
For
just good
once,
movies.
if our nominations are right, then please Sonic win. That's the first time I'm probably going to be saying that, but
Please, Sonic 3 win. I need it. I need it, man.
Please, Speed, I need it.
Please, my Sonic franchise is kind of homeless. I
Kinda
need this.
homeless.
I need this.
please, my games are kind of buggy sometimes.
Oh my god.
I need
but
Sonic
with that,
not to win. I need Minecraft to win.
yeah, but with that, we are at the end of the video. We have no more categories to go over.
At least ones that were qualified enough to talk about. There's like best
Yes.
impact, but I'm gonna be honest. I usually only know like maybe one of the games that they talk about in best impact.
Yeah, it's I just do not believe we are qualified to talk about that.
And I'm okay with that.
But yeah. So, with that, who knows? Maybe when we upload this video, the nominees will have already been announced, and if not, who knows? This video could age very well or very poorly, because who knows? Maybe they just won't nominate Expedition 33 at all.
I
That'd be
have a
really
good feeling
funny.
it's gonna age well. I have a good feeling it's gonna age well, but
Yeah,
this
I
statement could
do
also
too.
not age well. I also think
Yeah,
this
I was gonna
statement could
say.
not age well. So yeah.
You never know, because who knows? Maybe this year they decide to get really quirky, and it's just the Death Stranding 2 awards. But yeah, I hope this ages well. I feel confident with a good amount of our predictions, of what will be nominated. But who
Yeah.
knows?
The only one I see
They could do another.
50-50 is like our
We could.
indies. It's solely Expedition 33, just because they're kind of silly when it comes to figuring out what's an indie game or not.
Yeah, who knows? We could get another Alan Wake 2 situation where like some game that just like released very recently like gets put in every category.
I mean, to be fair, that was the thing for Ragnarok, so that's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah. All right, but with that being said, we have been the Fetch Quest podcast. If you enjoyed this video and would like us to do more of this I guess like free like spitballing sort of like random stuff, then please like and subscribe and comment. And with that being said, bye bye.
But
Bye, guys. Thank you for
Bye.
watching.